I'm going to show you how I made over 200 bucks selling RuneScape ebooks on my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in starting your own YouTube channel, or you want to make money off of a YouTube channel you already have, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it with these ebooks. Now there's a lot of ways to make money, but this is just one of them. And like I said, I made over 200 bucks doing this. So first I'm going to show you some proof of the numbers. I wouldn't lie about this, but I guess it's the internet and you can't trust everything you hear or see. But yes, indeed, I did make this money legitimately, and I wasn't scamming people. I wasn't coercing people. I just made my ebook and I made it an option for them to buy it. So the first step when it comes to making money with ebooks in the gaming niche is that you have to be good at a game, right? If you don't have anything valuable to say, or you don't have the experience to back up what you're saying, mostly, for the most part, people just aren't going to care about what you have to say. It is possible to make high quality videos without a ton of experience. You don't have to be the absolute best, player in the world for your game in order to make these ebooks. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you have to be able to be good enough to help some people, and most people who are looking up a video topic. So while you don't need the skills already, it's definitely helpful if you already have a skill that people are interested in if you want to start making videos. But if you already have a YouTube channel, you're already on the right track. So the second thing you do is you find videos to make. So there's different ways to make videos. One of them is just like the standard entertaining video where, people are going through some sort of journey in their game. Maybe they're like for chess, for example, going on a speed run. That's all well and good. And if you're really, really good, like a grandmaster, then you can definitely make a product like an ebook and you can sell it like that. But that is not what I did. Basically, what I did was I decided to make helpful YouTube videos to help people who are looking up a specific type of video, and that's something called keyword research, which I'm going to talk about right now. So keyword research is the process of finding videos that people are looking for, but there might not be really great videos currently on YouTube. So what you're doing is you're filling that discrepancy in the marketplace of people who want something, and then you provide what they want, and in the end you can try to sell them an ebook. So I did something called the alphabet soup method. This is not something I made up. You could look it up, but it's a really simple process. Basically, you start with some keywords in your video game niche that you know about, and you just fill in, you start doing the alphabet soup method, which is, I'll show you an example. That's the easiest way to explain it. So the game that I play, or I used to play, is called Old School RuneScape, and that's shortened to OSRS when people are searching for stuff. So I would start with something like OSRS training. And eventually I thought about, okay, I've been doing this thing called Ammonite crabs for a while. And so I went down the line of, using the alphabet soup method. I went from OSRS to OSRS Ammonite crabs. And then even deeper than that, I went into OSRS Ammonite crabs. And then I did like how to get there, or I don't even remember the other video topics I made. I'll just put them on screen. But basically the idea is you get more and more specific until you find a video that you can make that's going to really help people, and it's something that you can rank #1 for if someone were to search it up. So after you decide on a video to make, it's actually time to start making the video. So this is a multi-step process. You can make videos however you want, but this is the kind of key to success that I found, which was I would film my RuneScape footage, and I would have multiple angles so I can have some interesting content for my viewers. And then the next thing I would do would be to write a script. So when people search for a certain video topic, there's a certain goal in mind. So the point of the script is to show, sequentially how you get from point A to point B, or point A to point Z, whatever video topic you're addressing, how to take them from the beginning to the end in the most helpful and concise way possible. So then, you'd have your script, you'd do the voiceover, and then from there you'd have to edit it all together. This is arguably the hardest part. The whole thing has multiple skill sets involved, but editing a video and making it, again, concise and entertaining is probably one of the harder parts. But after it's all said and done, you should have a final product that people will enjoy viewing and gain value from. From there, I would usually repeat the process if the process is working. So again, that's exactly what I did with my Ammonite crab video. I would keep finding these keywords using the alphabet soup method, and I would keep doing the same process, make entertaining videos that were helpful, do a voiceover, edit it together, and publish it to YouTube. After a while, I basically had like all of these videos about ammonite crabs and swamp crabs and sand crabs. These are all kinds of crabs in RuneScape. And after a while, I realized, okay, I'm like the #1 content creator in the world for these stupid crabs. So I feel like I'm kind of an expert at this point, even though I might not be the smartest guy in the world when it comes to these crabs specifically. I'm definitely in like the top 5%. So I felt justified in basically explaining all of my best secrets and taking all my best secrets and putting them into an ebook that someone could read, and they'd instantly get way better results than they might normally think. And the reason I'm qualified to do this is because I'd been training on these crabs, training up my accounts for multiple years at this point. So I had all this experience, and I just put it into a book that was really easy to digest. So when it came to actually making the product, I already kind of discussed this, but you want to take all of your knowledge and put it into something that's going to help people. And so the idea is, the reason you can charge money for this is because you're saving someone, I don't know, it depends on the topic, but possibly hundreds of hours depending on how good your secrets are. And you're just charging them like less than $10 usually for an ebook. And so it's a very easy trade and justification for a potential buyer. So after you come up with the idea, you have to actually write it. Now, ideally, this wouldn't be too hard because you've already spent so much time doing it. You just have to compile it into this, I don't know, maybe 20 to 50 page ebook. And you do have to actually write it, which is going to take maybe a few hours. It depends on how well you know the topic and how much information there is to share. So after I wrote the ebook, it was time to do some graphic design. Now, you don't have to do graphic design. You can make just a plain text document and sell it. But I decided, I wanted to make this as good as possible for a potential buyer. So I did graphic design. I took a bunch of RuneScape images, put them into the ebook that I was making. And I also spent time making a fairly nice ebook cover. Again, these are things you don't have to do, but if you wanted, you could learn some graphic design in the process of making your ebook, or you could just hire someone from Fiverr. You can hire people to do these things for like $5 each. They can format it, and they can also make the ebook cover. I had a specific way that I wanted to do it, and I also thought that people wouldn't really have a ton of experience with RuneScape ebooks, so I thought, I'll probably make a better one than they could for someone I hired. But the point is that if you were doing something on like fitness, okay, you could probably hire someone to make a pretty nice looking ebook that would be congruent with the message you're trying to send. Anyway, after I had the idea, wrote it, did some graphic design, I compiled it all together and made it a PDF. So now it's something that I can actually sell to people, but I need somewhere to sell it. So when it comes to this, you can sell it in a few different ways. One of them is a really common one, which is Gumroad. That's where people sell their ebooks all the time. I see people from all sorts of walks of life selling stuff on Gumroad. That's ultimately what I decided to do, but I also had it available on my website. So making a website is something that's a lot harder to do, but it does have a lot of advantages. I'm not going to go into those, but basically I sold it on Gumroad, which is where you saw the statistics from in the beginning of the video. Now, I don't remember how long it took to make my first sale, but at some point I was actually making sales like daily when I was advertising it heavily, and it was brand new, and my videos were getting a ton of views. I was ranking #1 for all these videos about crabs, and it was pretty cool. I was making all this money. I was making money from ads, and I was making money from my ebook sales. So it was a pretty sweet gig, and I do still make sales today, but it's not something that I'm actively trying to sell right now. This is just the story of how I made the money that I did. So anyway, after you have somewhere to sell it and you've written the ebook, you've got graphic design and everything, it's time to market the products. So basically my idea is try to tell people about the product in a way that's interesting and also not too annoying and, kind of like scammy. We've all seen advertisements that were just like, ugh, that make you just roll your eyes. Now you have to sell it in a way that is enticing, but you also have to sell it in a way that's genuine. So it came down to marketing the products, and I did that through creating links on my website, and also talking up the benefits of the actual product. So again, these are all my secrets that I'd learned from 200 or something hours of killing these darn crabs. So I just thought, if I was going through this process again and I wanted to save time, what are the words that I would need to hear in order to make me interested in buying this product? So that's just called basic copywriting, sales copy. These are all like marketing terms in the business world. But eventually it came down to creating some catchy text and then a sales page. And through the combination of those, I was able to convert a very small percentage of people to buy this really cheap ebook. And as it turned out, only about 0.7%. So that's not even 1% of people who bought the ebook, who viewed the ebook, even bought it. But all it took was those 0.7% to make, again, over $200. So in the end, Gumroad also would sometimes promote my other ebooks that I wrote. So there's an advantage to writing multiple ebooks if you're seeing success with one, but the majority came from just that one ebook. So since then, I've written other ebooks, and I've got a poker channel, which is my second venture that I started doing after this, video game channel. And that's going well, and maybe I'll make videos about that in the future. But the point is that you can definitely make some pretty decent money in the gaming niche, provided you know how to make good videos that people want to watch, and you can also make products that are going to help people. So hopefully that drew an easy to understand portrait landscape of the ebook thing that I did with my gaming channel. Like I said, it still makes sales here and there, but it's not as popular as it used to be. But that doesn't mean that if you have your own game, you can't start pumping out some videos and make an ebook and start making some extra money if that's your goal. So that's going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. And it's also worth noting that I do have a full course below talking about step-by-step everything that I did, including the actual software I used, how to edit videos, all of that good stuff. So if you want a full guide, go ahead and check that out. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. So take care, guys, and I'll see you later.